What's up everyone and welcome back to yet another episode of Retail Nightmares. Tonight on Retail Nightmares we're going to take a look at angry customers versus the employees. These are moments where these customers don't get their way and they lose it at employees. Now we have a lot of terrible customers to get through, so we're going to have to jump right into it. Okay, so this male Karen was denied service in this store because he wasn't wearing a mask. This male Karen claims that he has an exemption that prevents him from actually wearing a mask, and this Karen is furious. This Karen causes a huge scene in the store and even brung up the laws and regulations about how it's illegal for them to deny him service because of a fake exemption he has that says he doesn't have to wear a mask. This Karen doesn't believe in the virus and he's an anti-masker, which is why it was such a big deal for him to put one on. And this Karen started abusing this employee because he couldn't get his way. This Karen was tricked to leave the store and locked out of it, which only set him off even more. And this male Karen started calling the employee one of the most offensive things you could possibly imagine. Let's have a look.
Sharon what?
Sharon.
Yeah.
Bestwood stores.
Yeah.
75.
And I just told you I've got an exemption. I've just told you I've got an exemption and you've ran up to me screaming. Yeah. Because I've got an exemption. That means I don't have one. So what are you screaming for? Yeah, and I've told you I've got an exemption. Yo, you're seeing this nutcase, people. Under the Equality Act of 2010, Section 119 and Section 12, yeah, this is a criminal offence, yeah, that she can do and that she can think it. And we can stand wherever we want.
Well, let's stand outside and do it, because then you're not passing.
You can't pass, darling. That's how. You cannot pass the virus. Viruses can't pass. You've got to pass through saliva, though. I've done the research. Yeah, I've done the research. You darling. We've got Germans in Bestwood. Oh my God, guys, proper.
Okay, so this Karen was being really aggressive and abusive, as well as refusing to put her mask over her mouth, so she was eventually removed from the flight. But this Karen refused to leave the flight because she wanted to fight another customer on the flight, because every time this Karen went to leave the flight, she was humiliated when everybody on board started clapping when she finally went to leave. The other customers clapping when she left really upset the Karen, and because of this reason she refused to leave the flight entirely, because she really wanted to fight and abuse everybody who was humiliating her for not wearing a mask over her mouth. Let's have a look.
I was getting off peacefully.
Ma'am, it's time to
Then
go.
don't clap.
It's time to go.
Oh my gosh. Come on, fat. You got the right one. Fat. You got the right one. You got the right one. Pop on me. Pop on me. I can't. There's like 3 people on me.
Go.
There are 3 people. I promise you. I will pop on you. I promise you. They need to quit clapping when I got plane. You ain't gonna do. Stop. Go back your business. Get her off the plane. Bye, Karen. Bye, Karen. Your privilege. Bye, Shaniqua. Bye, Shaniqua.
You walk off the plane.
You can be. Don't put hands on me.
Go.
Please, will that be?
Oh, that's fine. Keep going.
Okay, so this entitled Karen at this Disney World brought his son to the merry-go-round when it was closed and demanded that they put his son on the ride because it wasn't his fault he was late to the ride, it's because he couldn't find it. This male Karen couldn't comprehend that they won't put him on a closed ride because if they restart the ride for him, at what point do they stop the ride for the other customers and go home? The ride attendant was literally closing the ride and going home, but this Karen demanded that this employee stay at work even though she has clocked off and put his son on the ride even though it's completely his fault that he's late. This Karen got really upset that they wouldn't reopen the ride and actually claims that they should uphold the Disney spirit, and they've upset his son because he took his son to a closed ride and his son couldn't get on it. This Karen is so entitled and wants this employee to stay back late and not go home so that his son can enjoy the ride that he took him to when they're closed. Let's have a look.
Look at the Disney service here. Not only is it going right now, Thomas, you want to go on the merry-go-round? Tell him. We couldn't find the exit or entrance.
If we don't stop the line, I would never be able to get home.
You're gonna run the ride again one more time.
It does not matter. It is past 8 o'clock. You weren't in line after 8 o'clock.
I couldn't find the entrance.
I'm sorry. You now just have to get relations if you have a problem with that.
So the ride is going. It's gonna stop. It's gonna reload.
Where's the Disney spirit? Where's the spirit? Come on, he's 5.
I'm not allowed. I can call security and stop recording right now.
You're in public. You're able to record. I'm getting yelled at because I'm trying to get a 5-year-old on the merry-go-round for one last ride before we go back to Massachusetts.
Closed at 8 o'clock, sir. I'm sorry.
They're gonna run the ride again.
It does not matter. It's closed.
Wow. They're calling security.
If I let you in, I have to let everyone else
You
in.
should film the last
I'm
ride.
tired. I deserve to go home, don't I?
You're
Okay, so this Karen was denied access to this flight because basically she is an anti-masker, and when she tried to board and check in, they told her to put a mask on or leave the premise. This Karen chose to leave the premise instead, but not before arguing and yelling at the employee trying to get her away. This Karen ended up having to leave in humiliation and absolutely lost it on her way out. This Karen started screaming at the top of her lungs and stormed out of the airport furious because she wouldn't put on a supplied mask. Let's have a look.
You have no idea. You have no idea. You don't understand. You people's feelings and what this means. You have no idea what it means to people. No feelings for people.
On the upside, whole thing on. I got.
Okay, so this male Karen was going insane on this flight and saying the most offensive things you could possibly imagine in front of kids as well. This Karen was kneed in his stomach because of his abusive behavior and demanded that the lady who kneed him in the stomach gets removed from the flight. This Karen flips when he doesn't get his way and this lady is not removed from the flight and gets up to confront her. The gentleman is furious and saying the most offensive things you could possibly imagine at everybody, and even claims that he wants to sue everybody as well. This Karen jumps out of his seat to attack the girl, so let's see what happens.
Nobody.
Take her my seat!
Oh, he needs to go.
Kick that off the plane!
Sir, please you need to stop. There are children. Please stop. Stop. Hey, that's not necessary.
Take her stuff and get it out of my seat,
We
please!
will take care of it,
Thank you.
but I need you to stop yelling.
She kneed me in the stomach! Why are you in my face?
I'm asking you to stop
Have I
yelling.
committed any type of violence since I've been on the plane?
You're
No!
yelling and
So
you're causing
what?
a scene. Yes, sir. That's
She kneed me in the
disrespectful.
stomach!
I don't care what she did. You're being
Thank you!
disrespectful.
Somebody get
Shut
the
up for 2 seconds.
I want a lawsuit! I want a lawsuit right now, mother! Give me a
Okay, so these customers were caught stealing and they were detained and had to give the items back. These Karens lost it at the employee and started attacking him because they were caught stealing. These Karens ripped the employee's shirt and started kicking and punching at him too, demanding that the employee let them go. The Karens get really aggressive really quickly and abuse as well as assault him, which I'm obviously not going to be able to show, but you can only imagine the way that these Karens were acting because they were caught stealing. The Karens were so aggressive towards this gentleman that they actually called the authorities on him as well, even though they were the ones who were caught stealing. Let's have a look.
I don't
You
know.
touch my females. Hey, the cops is coming. Cops right there. You got the footage. It's a wrap. You touch my female. You got the recording, right?
You a whole man.
You whole man. Whole man.
On females.
That's what you do. That's what you do?
Let's go outside, please.
Nah.
That means you know.
Cabbage back.
Cheating on you.
Thanks for watching, guys, and if you have enjoyed today's episode, please remember to subscribe and to turn notifications on.